not,
Wait,
please
wait.
call the roll.
No, it just seems like an awful lot, it's 25% more for a very, very little piece.
The ramp has been, everything about the ramp, that's,
One reason it's been put off for so many years.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle to deal with.
but now that we've started, we've got to address
No,
it.
I know, it's like being a little bit pregnant, it's
Yeah.
just hard,
Yeah.
and we are at the moment,
To not
I
address
wouldn't know
it,
about that.
to
Well,
not
me neither,
address it
but-
would be foolish.
the analogy.
I've been there.
Did you say that the
Only
ramp
being a
work
little
was pulled out of the bid packet?
The ramp is part of phase two work.
So they're bidding on it?
Yes, correct. On the ramp itself. They are not bidding
Oh,
on
so they're not bidding
raising.
the roof?
That
Okay.
is correct.
Okay.
Right, so the work that is incorporated here is not part of the phase two work.
This is totally outside of what we
And
thought we were gonna have.
it's gonna be exactly lined up where the ramp is and everything.
It will be
It's not-
now.
It's not gonna be
Better
6
be.
inches off or anything
Right,
like that.
like the railroad tracks coming together this way?
Yeah,
So,
You've been to my home, I see, you've been down my hallway.
we will have a discussion with the contractor with regards to that, because he'll be able to plumb that up off of the walls that, once we open the roof up, so.
And when will our roof be done if this happens?
Contract time says here is unchanged by 0 days. What does that mean?
They're not looking for any type of extension as far as their time. They knew that with the weather this week, they were gonna lose a number of days. So, they will just, they're ready to start this basically, as soon as I can give them the approval.
Are they ahead of schedule, or are they still planning to be done on December 19th? I feel like they're ahead of schedule.
I think they probably are a little bit ahead of schedule.
Is this gonna make it take longer, or
I don't
there's
think
time
so.
to do this?
I think I don't believe there's anything as far as a long lead item. They might have to, get the steel, they have to order that.
Okay,
So that would probably be something that might take them a week or so. It's kind of, I believe, something that's readily accessible. And they also have to get the joist modification members that we have specified, but I believe they'll be okay.
Let's have a vote. Did you do a vote?
No, I haven't done a vote yet, I was just looking at some of these things and just kind of wondering about them.
didn't get this till late yesterday, or
Right.
put it in the
I
packet.
Yeah.
understand.
What kind of more masonry
I
do
can't see,
you
it's too
need
small.
for the?
There's some modifications that have to be done to the existing masonry and everything, so that's what's happening.
It looks like the exterior walls.
A little bit, yes, in a couple areas.
I think you did that right. I don't think so. Even I can do better than that.
Are they adding extra people to the
I'm
crew?
disappointed.
Is that why there's additional
You
labor
just
charges
dropped a
here?
few steps.
Or,
There's actually, even if they don't, there's more labor.
Right,
There's more man
There's more
hours.
man hours because
They
they're doing,
have to build the dormer.
right, but they've added supervisor charges too.
well, there's more supervision with regards to that, yes.
Everybody needs a supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay, Molly.
Okay.
Molly Goldberg.
You gonna volunteer?
Goldberg out? He's Molly Goldberg now.
All right,
I'll just do grief, I'll do grief counseling for the board.
We're calling the question,
trustee Calamay,
Yes.
trustee Goldstein,
Yes.
trustee Gonzalez,
yes,
trustee Miller,
yes,
trustee Peters,
hesitation,
I guess so. I'm happy.
frustration.
Trustee Burt,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much. There are 3 copies here.
Do you need Barb to sign those?
Your
You need me
name's
to
on
sign
it.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Your name is on
You want me to sign it right now so you can
That
take
would
it?
be great.
Okay.
just getting through the roof now, and what started to be 303 is now
Right.
431.
Right.
And if we have to lose some free etching or something somewhere along the line to stay in budget.
I don't know that the glass will be that different, if that's what you're leading to.
No, what I'm leading to is that we've already added $130,000 to the project and our building that we hadn't. But I'm,
Okay.
not that we didn't need it, but I'm just saying, we've got X amount of money to spend.
Yes, we're watching that. We're watching that.
Yeah, okay.
I offered to pay for it. I didn't say my check would be any good, I just offered
Yeah,
to
you
pay.
said it would bounce. from
It would
there.
bounce. Thanks,
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you very much, I
Thank you.
appreciate
We'll
it.
see Elizabeth in the
Happy
morning.
You will see, thank you, you too. Yes, you will.
Just Elizabeth?
I don't know if Rick's coming or not. He
You
made
gave
it
me a
sound
vague
like.
answer, so I don't think so.
Oh, okay. But I'll send you the email tonight and I'll send you information again in the morning.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we got a bunch of things to go through.
And I took off the consent agenda because it just wasn't working very well. So some of the committees are back to approving their own minutes. These are everything that we would need to approve here.
The only, and just while we're explaining, the executive committee will be held here because the executive committee probably won't meet again for a while. So we thought we would throw them
Those minutes.
in here. Okay. The board special meeting minutes of September 17, 2014.
Which one? September?
want the
That's not the one I
first
saw here.
17.
Yes, it is.
I'm reading the order of the
It is on
agenda.
top.
Oh, I hear.
Mine were all, well, I moved mine all over the place, but that's another issue. Can somebody make a motion to approve the board special meeting? Second,
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, board of the regular meeting minutes, October 16th, 2014. I need a motion.
Motion to approve executive session minutes October 16, 2014.
Second,
I'll second.
okay, Paul second.
That was executive session minutes?
No, that was the regular meeting. September, October 16th, the regular meeting. Is there any questions? If not, everyone, all in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, board regular meeting, executive session, October 16th, 2014, executive session. Do I hear a motion?
That we just did.
No,
That was the regular meeting, this is the
Executive
executive session.
Give me a second.
We
You
have,
need a motion.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Kathy's moved, I need a second.
I second it.
Carlotta second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the board special meeting minutes, October 20th, 2014. All those, I need a motion.
Make a motion that we accept those.
I've made a motion, second,
I will
please.
second.
Paul, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the board special meeting closed session, October 20th, 2014. I need a motion.
Motion to approve executive session minutes October 20, 2014.
Okay, and Art will second.
I do.
I'm helping. All those in favor?
Aye.
You know, you get a little batty after a while.
It's a lot of minutes.
A lot of minutes, a lot of meetings. Board special meeting minutes of October 31st, 2014.
So moved.
Moved by Kathy, a second,
I'll
please.
second it.
Paul, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Or, we did that one, executive committee meeting minutes of November 3rd,
We were the
2014.
only two here, so.
Yeah, we were, well, the reason we did it now is because the committee won't be formally
But
meeting.
the two of us. that,
Mark's
but you
got
can't
it.
agree.
Can the two of you,
The two of us can approve.
Right, why don't you just do that? Because the people that weren't at the meeting
Can't,
can't
Okay,
really,
and then
well,
he's,
they're not part of the committee.
right,
so moved, I second, and aye.
and it'll just be. So how do we do it here? We can't
The
read.
executive committee approved their minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Perry. And the same goes for H,
2 to 0.
executive committee closed meeting minutes, November 3rd, 2014.
So, yeah, I'll move you second, and then
Yes,
we'll both say
okay,
good enough.
we both moved. I'm not touching it. The camera's on. Be good. It's hard, I know. Okay, I'm on number 4 of the agenda, public comments on agenda item only.
Eric Potter, 740 Foster Street. The approval of the
You no
minutes.
longer have to tell your address by law.
That's the proper way of doing it, Robert's Rule of Order. From the approval of minutes, when you started, that was at 7:38. It took you 4 minutes and 45 seconds to get to the point of public comments. I wanted to make a public comment about agenda item 9A, but obviously it was moved to the front of the meeting and I wasn't able to. As I've stated in the past, there are no packets for me to review the documents. Okay, and it's just, not just myself, there's residents that want to see what's going on. You've handed out a contract for a, I guess a change order, and again, also with agenda item number 6CI1, recording of public meetings policy, as a resident, I can't see the stuff before the meeting. It's giving you guys, as the board, full decision and full power to basically decide for the entire village. As I stated,
It's the point of a board here.
can I finish my comment, please? Do I have the floor, Mrs. President?
Pardon me?
Do I have the floor? I was interrupted by a board member.
Tell
What
me.
I'm getting at is, and I had an email communication with our executive director, very professional answer. It's a policy procedure where you people do not want to put the packet up online. This might have happened in the past. I'd recommend for the policy committee in the future, if not right now, the only document that I have for this meeting is a 2-page document that does not allow me to review the recording of public meetings policy, as well as the documents that were shared from last night, less than a 24-hour period, for Studio GC to make a $100,000 change order, which is gonna put another $8,500 in his pocket. You're talking about budgets, you're talking about money, you guys are knee-deep now in a construction project, and you're spending our tax dollars. So I'd like to strongly
Can I
consider.
answer that, Eric?
Can I finish my comment, please?
This is an open meeting. Anybody can come.
People aren't coming, and they're relying on these video recordings that you guys stopped, I think, in May. June, July, August, September, October, for 5 months, there was not recordings of these meetings. You're doing a huge construction project. I've got nothing against the project. It's just the procedure. As a resident and a taxpayer, I look at my tax bill, I cannot comment on anything here because I can't see these documents. I cannot even FOIA from the committee meeting last week on the 13th. A paragraph or two on this public, the recording of public meetings policy, I can't even review that because I can't even FOIA that after the meeting on Thursday because staff has to review that, make those changes on Friday. I'm in Washington DC. I can actually get to a computer and do the FOIA request on Friday, but that request can be responded to by tomorrow. So you guys have to start looking at the residents. You're spending our money. I have nothing against the whole project. I love it. It was my idea actually in the beginning for her to talk with the business manager at Niles Public Library. And with that, with the roof, I talked with him last night, the business manager at the Niles Public Library, and he said, how's the roof project going? And I said, we had a meeting on Monday, they're worried they want to do the whole roof, but it's gonna cost too much money. So you guys have to move with baby steps on this project. I have nothing against the project. It's just, tonight, I could not make a public comment before this guy left. You guys are signing a contract for another $100,000. So,
Thank you.
I'm done. Thanks.
President's report, I have none tonight. Committee reports, Mark is not here, we have no report, but you do have the finance statements in front of you. Are there any questions, concerns, issues?
Kathy, I wanted to tell you, I'm not sure I ever answered your question about why the insurance line, let's see, was higher than you thought it should be. I think
When?
is it 70-80 was high, yeah, 70-80 is higher than you thought it would be. Things that could have gone into 90-30 went into 70-80, and in 2015, we're merging those, so that cleared that up. I looked into that further, a couple of months ago, you asked me about that, and I kept forgetting,
Yes.
I kept forgetting to explain that, so.
Thank you
I wanted to
very
make
much.
sure I did that.
Anything else? If not, I need a motion to approve the financial report.
Exception. Motion to accept.
I need a move to accept, thank you, the financial report. Are you making the motion?
Sure.
I thought so. Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Okay. You will call the roll.
Trustee Goldstein?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Novick?
Yes.
Trustee Peters, yes. Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Calhoun?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Facilities committee, is there any report?
Report, no. We just had, we had a couple of meetings,
Talk to everybody.
folks. And we were just getting updates on what's going to be discussed tonight. The main point of the facility meetings are in case anything comes up that we have to get the whole board involved in, that we know about it. So we did hear about the roof, the bump out.
We knew it was coming,
We
we
knew it
didn't
was
know the
coming,
amount
right,
yet.
we didn't know the amount, the amount was still we didn't have a number until,
I got it yesterday,
okay. No, we didn't have it
yeah.
on Monday when we met.
We had also spoken about setting a meeting date to review the bids on the big project.
That plan was,
That was originally, I think, Wednesday the 3rd.
well, December 1, they were going to go home.
Yeah, so that's gonna be all thrown out.
I think that's what I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm
Yeah, we
hoping
don't
that
know.
if we do this Tuesday, they still may be ready to give them to you the following Monday.
Okay.
But that's not our committee, that's the whole board.
That's
That's the
every,
whole
that's the
board.
whole
Yes,
board,
yeah.
and then
Right.
there'd be a special
Special
meeting.
meeting,
And
yeah.
that, and I misspoke when I said Wednesday, the special meeting that they agreed to was Thursday, the
So
4th.
Thursday the 4th,
Mhm.
okay.
So, but that's all tentative at this point,
Right,
and we
yeah, I
have to
just
make.
wanted to make
Right.
sure that was, that's how I understood it.
So
too. It's
watch
all
your,
tentative.
watch your email, in other
Yeah.
words,
And I-
because it's the only way we're gonna know
Yeah.
what's going on,
2 weeks from tonight.
especially.
Yes. That would be 2 weeks from tonight. So we might end
Let's
up
hope.
not delayed much if in fact we can do this by Tuesday. That would be good.
That's all.
It means they have to work right around Thanksgiving though, so whether they are done with it by Monday,
Yeah.
that would be the question.
Actually, the Thanksgiving kind of gives us, we kind of counted on a slowdown because of the holiday. So
Yeah.
it may just work out, let's hope we don't lose the time.
Anything else on facilities? If not, Carlotta on policy?
Policies, we reviewed the recording of public meeting policy, of which you have, and there weren't any changes. And then the Morton Grove Public Library donation policy, there was one change on paragraph 1, 2, 3. The Morton Grove Public Library does not provide an appraised value for donated materials, but can provide a receipt for tax purposes, specifying number, and we added in the words, and type of donated items. That was the only change on that one, and that was it.
So if there's no discussion, will you make a motion for the committee to approve the policies?
The policy, okay, I make a motion to approve the, new policies, I'm gonna say, because they were,
Okay,
the new, recording of the public, meetings policy and the donation policy.
I'll second that.
Art and second.
Okay, we, so,
So it's both policies.
Is there any discussion about these policies?
might be just a second, please. recording of public meetings, did you, it doesn't spell out unless I skipped over it, which is very possible. Are we talking about our our entire board meetings and not the committee meetings? Because that was always our intent before.
This
But here it just
is,
says recording
well,
of public meetings.
this isn't our making a recording, this is the public allowing to be recorded, and that would have,
Oh,
that would
that
go with
one,
any
oh, okay,
meetings.
okay,
We don't really have a policy about our recording them, that's just something that Joe's is doing.
okay, my mistake, withdraw the question.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the same as it always was.
Yes,
It might be shorter, I mean, we tried to make it concise, that's about.
okay, there's no questions, we call them.
Sure. Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Novick.
Yes.
Trustee Peters, yes. Trustee Byrd.
Yes.
Trustee Cavanagh.
Yes.
Trustee Goldstein.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, staff reports, Ms. Director, please.
Okay, in your package, you have our monthly report. I want to point a couple things out there and then a couple other quick comments. Mostly, I think that it's good to note that while our circulation has dropped due to much of our collection being missing, it hasn't dropped as much as it could have. We still have holes being filled and new materials going out and people coming in. So I feel like the statistics for the month of October were very healthy considering our current situation. So let me point that out. Couple other things, the deadline for Books and Beyond just passed, and that will be coming out mid-December. So watch for that, and we are planning on reopening the Baxter Room, so hopefully everything will line up so that we don't have to send out something saying that we can't do what we're planning to do. So we have a full complement of programming coming back out starting in January. I attended OSHA training on Tuesday and Thursday. Public libraries do not directly fall under OSHA guidelines. They fall under something similar through the Illinois Department of Labor. However, I know that one of the areas I need training in is in the kind of security, building security that we would need and that kind of planning. So I picked up some good material. Also, one of the things they said during the training was that small businesses can come to their libraries to learn about this. And I went, why are we prepared to tell them? So I also went as a way to train our own staff to be able to answer questions about OSHA. So that was a very beneficial workshop that I just completed. I learned just today or last night that some of my emails to you did not get to you. So I resent some old emails. I hope they don't confuse you, but I wanted them to get to you so you could see that I had thought that I had communicated some things. You know that we have the .webrary emails. We also have .mgpl.org emails. All of the rest of the staff had been converted. I did not realize the trustees had not, and I hadn't paid attention to which I'd been using. So some of your emails, they got stuck. One of those was also telling you that last night we had kind of an informal fact-gathering foundation planning meeting, and I had spelled that all out on November 5th and had no idea they didn't get to you. But we had a very nice evening with some public participation, and nothing formal is formed out of that. It was more of a focus group to see what kind of interest was out there. And I was very pleased with the attendance. Brenda Ross talked a little bit about how we could maybe do in the future some fundraising, and a few of the public did come and show an interest. So hopefully we'll build on that, not in a hurry to do it too fast. And also, as far as emails go, I've been told that within the next 2 weeks, you'll be hearing from a staff person to help you get converted, so this won't happen again. All of the mgpl.org emails will go live, so that will happen soon. Lastly, we have 2 more librarians leaving us. Christina, our young adult librarian, has taken a job in Chicago working with that very cool after-school media lab. And Maggie is leaving the children's department for another position as well. So we currently are, we have Maggie's job out there. I've already got 7 or 8 applications. We'll be interviewing for children's librarian first to replace her. Brenda Glenn is here half-time due to illness, and so our children's department's a little lean right now. So we need to get that position filled. Christina's position, because it's upstairs and we have so much of the building closed, we're holding off. We don't need another reference person quite yet. We have asked other reference staff to pick up some of the team programming, so that will continue. We'll have some team programming, but it's gonna bounce between a couple of people. We'll fill her position back once we're open and we can have a need for another person. So that is everything until we get to talking about more building things. Any questions about my report?
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Corporate Counsel.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Just, everybody knows we were able to close on the building, for the purchase of 6,200. I know Deborah's working with, everything ready to start occupying it. And then the next thing that we'll need to do is, put together our, application so that we can be exempt from real estate taxes for that piece of property. So that's the next thing we'll get working on with respect to, at least I'll get working with respect to the property. And at some
Stay
point.
along with that, I'm working with ComEd to get out of,
To
to get exempt from electricity
free
too. So we
electricity.
talked to them again today, so we're working on that at the same time.
Sounds good, sounds good. And that's all I have.
Any questions? If not, unfinished business, we have the strategic planning, and I'll call on Deborah again for that.
I had fully intended for this to be in your packets, and I didn't discover till, again, around 6 o'clock that they weren't in your packets. So this is, I'm gonna pass these out and let me explain what they are, and I'm hoping you'll do with them. I took the material that, well, the first page is largely already existing, our mission statement, our vision statement.
This guy, here's the one.
I'll take one back, I don't have it. So the vision statement, the mission statement are at the top, and then a statement of where the rest of the data comes from. You notice the big word draft in the middle. I took the material Sarah Armstrong gathered during the summer. The background is largely from her. And then the areas that say the SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses. First, there's her information, and then there's information that you as a board did a year ago. You did a SWOT analysis. So I used that, I put that in here. Opportunities and threats. And then she had given us 3 rather large overarching goals. After gathering information from the staff and working with the staff team and the information that we gathered this summer, I stretched that out to 8 goals. And as well as put in some potential action steps, things that are already in process. I put the date in there. What I would really like to see happen with this now is for someone on the board to form a committee with some of our staff, maybe 3 or 4 people total, to take this the rest of the way and complete a strategic plan that we can follow for the next 4 years. Since you didn't have it, if you want to take it home and consider it, we can bring that back up at the next meeting. Is that,
Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
so it'll become old business. Okay.
To give you a chance to read, and if you're interested, you could either notify me in advance or just tell me at the, your name will come up at the meeting and we'll probably choose 2 people. Is that
2 from
what-
here and then maybe
2
2
from here and 2
staff
staff,
to take it.
and go from there.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna skip to the new business, and skip 8B for now, because we'll have to go into executive session for that. I'd rather hold it to the end. Discussion of new business, discussion and decision for construction change orders and quotations. Are there any more?
We do have a quotation on wiring that Kevin finally got today. They finally gave him some final numbers. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, to start with, this is just wiring for phone and computer network. It's
Can you
not-
move up to the table so I can hear you better? Thank you, Kevin.
And this is again what Frank had written us a letter last time about whether or not we choose to go with this quotation. Do you recall that discussion? Would you like to see that? See the question and look on your face.
So, this is for phone and computer network wiring. It's not electrical outlet plug into the wall kind of wiring. That's all part of the bid package that's out. And I think one of us mentioned at a previous meeting that we feel it's advantageous to have ATI, the company from which we bought our phone system 12, 13 years ago, do the work, because they've done all that phone wiring and computer wiring for the last dozen years or so. They do a good job. They know the complexities of our building, which are many when it comes to running cables And so we got a first quote from them just Tuesday, and it was higher than what we had hoped for. It was 31,000. And so yesterday I got back together with them again, and we went over it, the plans to see how many cables we could eliminate without seriously compromising our future options. And so we managed to eliminate about a fifth of the cables. And that brought the cost down to $28,979. So,
Still better than we were thinking around
Yeah.
20, so.
Can we afford to drop that much?
well, hopefully.
And you said this is coming out of the general operating funds and it's not part of Plan B?
It's nothing to do with Studio GC, so we won't be paying them a percentage of this.